Son, listen carefully. There's something important I need you to understand. Don't ignore these words. Right now, there is a great opportunity approaching, an abundance prepared, something that is already on its way. However, this blessing requires you to be attentive, vigilant, and open-hearted. It's true, child, that there are those who want to see you stumble, who would like to bring sadness and discouragement into your life. But I am greater than any adversity. My hand is on you, and my wish is that you walk safely, knowing that everything that is yours is safe. There is a treasure prepared, a time of abundance, and nothing and no one can rob you of what I have planned. Stay until the end, listen with your heart, and let these words penetrate your spirit. The path I have prepared for you lies ahead. Protection is with you, but it is essential that you are attentive and prepared to receive the blessings that will come. Forces are all around you, forces that seek to lead you astray, to distance you from those you hold most dear, and it is often in these attempts to distance you that emptiness arises, a pain that grows slowly and brings with it loneliness and despair. Don't think you're alone in this struggle. I know that you feel this weight and that sometimes the problems seem to pile up like an insurmountable wall. But know this, I see everything and nothing is beyond my reach. Those forces that try to weaken you and bring pain to your family, they have no power over me. With me by your side, you have the strength you need to win every one of these battles. Unity with those you love is precious and sacred. These people I have chosen to be in your life are not randomly placed, they have a role in your journey, just as you have in their lives. But the enemy knows the value of a united family, of a sincere friendship, and that's why he tries to create barriers, sow discord, spread lies, and create resentment. He tries to make you look at the other person's faults, their mistakes, instead of seeing the good, valuing what is purest between you. The enemy wants you to feel tired of fighting for love, to feel frustrated, worn out, to think that the effort isn't worth it. He tries to make you feel that it's better to give up, to walk away. But this is an illusion. I am the source of the love you feel, of the patience you carry, of the strength that can transform any difficulty. I am here to remind you how powerful love is, how faith is a firm rock that can sustain you and those dear to you. I ask you to keep your faith above all else. Faith is the key that will protect you not only from the dangers you see, but also from those you don't perceive. It is faith that delivers you from sickness and calamity, that creates a barrier around you. It is like an invisible shield that acts even when you are weak, tired, without the strength to pray or look for answers. Trust that, as you draw closer to me and keep your heart at peace, I myself will be your protection. When fear tries to weaken you, child, remember that fear is a shadow without substance. It grows in your mind, takes on forms that seem real, but in truth, it is empty. I know you face difficult times, I know that sometimes the weight of problems makes fear seem impossible to control. But you weren't created to be overcome by these shadows. Fear is a deception, a lie that tries to convince you that you are alone, unprotected, without direction. But I am with you. In every tear you shed, in every restless thought that takes you away from sleep, I am there, waiting for you to turn to me and trust. And when I tell you to control your emotions, it's not so that you repress them or ignore what you feel. Emotions are part of who you are, they reflect your sensitivity, your love, and even your pain. But it's essential that you don't let them dominate you. Uncontrolled emotions can be like a storm. If you allow despair, anger, fear, or sadness to take over your mind, that storm can blind you, take you away from me, and make you forget the peace I offer. Controlling your emotions is an act of courage, self-love, and faith. When you calm down, even in the face of a difficult scenario, it's like opening a window so that I can act in your life. The more you resist the force of the emotions that weaken you, the closer you will be to my peace, my comfort, and my guidance. And believe me, this peace, this serenity that I give, does not depend on the circumstances around you. It is something I offer directly to your heart, a peace that the world cannot understand, but that you can experience, even on the darkest nights, in the hours of greatest anguish. Son, there is a reason for everything you face. Not all difficulties are meant to destroy you, many are lessons, they are proof of your faith and your trust in me. And I am by your side in each of these trials, ready to sustain you, to strengthen you. In times of calm and in times of storm, I remain the same, offering my hand so that you can walk safely, so that even when the world seems to be falling apart, you feel my presence and my protection. Faith, that firm rock on which I want you to build your life, is not something distant or reserved only for a few. It is accessible to you, today, now, in the silence of your heart. Faith doesn't need great manifestations, it's simple, it's pure, it's just a yes said from the inside out, a surrender, an acceptance that you don't walk alone and that there is a greater force that sustains the universe and your life. And that force is me, who loves you with a love that never fails, never gives up. And if these words bring you comfort, if they help you understand that you are not alone, that your life has value and that everything you face can be overcome, then I invite you to continue walking with me, to join me. Sign up, stay close, so that I can continue to guide you, so that these words arrive whenever you need guidance, a word to light your way. I know that the storms have intensified in your life, that trials seem to come at you from all sides, testing your patience, challenging your peace and trying to undermine your strength. But I tell you, there is a purpose in each of these storms. And after them, I myself will open new doors, paths of serenity and renewal that you can't yet see, but which are prepared for you. These periods of turbulence are not eternal, they pass. They are like dense clouds that hide the light for a moment, but dissipate to make way for the new, calm and rebirth. Trust that this phase will not be permanent and that, even in the darkest moments, there is a promise of peace that I have in store for you. Your faith and resilience are what will sustain your soul while the storms are still raging. Remember that after the night there is always the dawn. And I, who see beyond what you see, am already preparing the new day, the opportunities and the blessings that will renew your heart and your life. But, child, understand that not all difficulties come only from the outside. There are energies hovering around you, negative forces that silently try to sow feelings of weakness, doubt and discouragement in you. These energies often come to you in disguise, entering your life through thoughts and people who blend into your daily life, but who, in reality, drain your peace, divert your attention and weaken your resolve. You need to be attentive, sensitive and willing to purify your surroundings, because not everyone you approach has a true heart. Be careful, son, to discern those who share your journey. There are people who appear to have good intentions, but deep down they carry falsehood and are influenced by feelings that don't come from me. It can be difficult, because often those who try to hurt you hide their intentions with sweet words and friendly smiles. But I will give you the discernment to identify who these false friends are, these presences who approach you without sincerity, who pretend to be allies but in reality want to see you stumble. When you notice these intentions, walk away without fear, because protecting your peace and your faith is more important than maintaining any semblance of harmony with those who are not sincere. The enemy uses many means to try to capture your attention and trap your mind. He works through temptation, presenting false promises of joy and satisfaction that sound good but end up drawing you away from me and stealing your peace. These temptations may appear as distractions, promises of shortcuts to happiness, but they hide bitterness, sadness and confusion. I'm here to warn you about these dangers, so that you don't fall into the traps that the enemy places along your path. These traps seek to trap you in a cycle of anguish, guilt and emptiness, keeping you from the peace and happiness I promise. But there is a powerful key to freeing yourself from all this, and that key lies in sincere repentance. By repenting with a humble heart, by turning to me in a true way, you free yourself from the chains that the enemy tries to put around you. Repentance opens the way for me to act in your life, so that I can restore what has been broken, heal what has been wounded and bring the forgiveness that renews your soul. Sincere repentance is not just a word or an empty promise, it is a real change of heart. It's the willingness to look inside yourself and recognize what needs to be transformed. And I am here, not to condemn you, but to welcome you with love, to purify what needs to be cleansed and to strengthen you on your journey. Son, nothing is more powerful than a heart that is truly surrendered to me, willing to leave behind what distances it from the good and to be filled with all that is pure, true, and good. I see your repentance, I hear your prayer, and I receive every word that comes out of your mouth with sincerity. This is the way for you to receive the blessings I have prepared for your life. And if these words have brought you peace, guidance, or comfort, please share this message. Because just as you have been touched by these words, there are others who need to hear them too. There are those who, like you, face internal battles, who struggle against forces they cannot see, who long for hope and consolation. By sharing, you carry this light forward, multiplying the good, bringing to others the understanding and love that I wish for each of you. I know that there are situations in your life that seem difficult to resolve, especially when it comes to material needs, the financial resources that you so desperately seek and which seem far away. But I see everything you need, and know, there is a miracle in store, a financial miracle that will be revealed in your life if you remain firm, faithful, and persevering. This blessing is waiting for your dedication, for your heart to be turned towards me, because when you stay connected to my will, no challenge will be able to take away from you what I have promised you. Those challenges you encounter, those barriers and moments of uncertainty, are not purposeless obstacles. Each one is an opportunity for you to grow spiritually, for your faith to be refined, for you to learn to trust me in an even deeper way. I know it's easy to despair when everything seems to be out of balance, when bills pile up, when responsibilities seem to outweigh your strength. But these moments are not the end, they are processes through which I am leading you to strengthen your soul, to polish your character, to make you someone capable of receiving and keeping the blessings I have prepared. In your moments of greatest anguish and despair, remember, child, that I am your strength. There is no situation too big, too difficult, or too dark for me. Even when your spirit seems weak, when all you feel is the weight of circumstances, I am by your side. And if you lean on me, if you come to me in prayer and surrender your anxieties and worries, I will give you the peace that surpasses all understanding, that calm that does not depend on what is around you, but is born directly from my presence. Prayer is your connection with me, it is the channel through which you can feel my love and receive the peace that only I can offer. With every prayer you say, a door opens so that I can act in your life, so that you feel strengthened, renewed, and at peace. And it doesn't have to be a perfect prayer or full of beautiful words. I listen to what comes from the heart, what comes out with sincerity, humility, and truth. Every time you put yourself in prayer, you make room for me to act even more powerfully in your life. Son, know that you are not alone on this journey. There are angels working around you, silently but always present, ready to bring hope and healing to every area of your life. These messengers I have sent are constantly vigilant, protecting, guiding, opening paths that you often can't even see. They work to ward off evil, to lead you to safe places, to bring peace and consolation when all seems lost. Their presence is a demonstration of my care and concern for you, so that, even in the most difficult times, you feel protected and surrounded by a greater force. And don't think that miracles are rare or unattainable events. I am always present, acting continuously in your life, revealing my love in simple gestures, in the small details of your daily life. Every day, you can find a miracle if you look with an open heart, because I show myself to you in so many ways. A miracle is not just a big event, it is also the smile of a friend, the word of comfort that comes at the right time, the relief you feel after a prayer, the strength that is reborn in your spirit after a moment of weakness. These daily miracles are constant proof of my love for you. I want you to understand that my love is not a distant promise or a theory, but a living reality that acts every day in your life. Even in the simplest situations, I am there, bringing you what you need, often without you even realizing it. If in any way you feel the consolation that only I can offer, please leave a comment. Share with me and others what you felt when you heard this message, because by expressing your words, you allow the truth to take root even more in your heart. Often, you feel that certain desires, certain achievements, are out of your reach, that perhaps you don't have enough to achieve what you want so much. But I want you to know, with faith and perseverance, you are capable of achieving any dream, as long as you walk alongside me, with a trusting heart and a spirit willing to face the challenges that arise. The path may not always be easy, but I am here to remind you that I have placed within you the strength, wisdom, and courage you need to move forward. Every dream you carry in your heart is not there by chance. I know every desire, every longing, every aspiration that lives inside you. And if those dreams are there, it's because they have a purpose. They serve to guide your spirit, to lead you to the place where I want you to be. But there is one essential condition for them to come true: you need faith. A faith that goes beyond words, a faith that sustains itself even in the most difficult times. Faith is the foundation that keeps you firm when tiredness seems to take over, when difficulties try to convince you to give up. And along with faith, son, you need perseverance. Often, you may be tempted to stop, to give up what you really want because the obstacles seem too great. But that's when you have to remember perseverance. It's your ability to keep going, even when the winds blow against you. It's what keeps you going, even when everything around you seems to tell you it's impossible. And I want you to know, with faith and perseverance, the dreams I've placed in your heart have everything it takes to come true. But while you're pursuing your dreams, there's something important you need to know. Don't allow grudges and old hurts to contaminate your heart and get in the way of your journey. Holding grudges is like carrying an invisible weight that gradually drains your energy, your spirit, and your peace. When you hold grudges, you end up preventing your own healing, because these feelings leave no room for peace to enter your life. Forgiveness, child, is the path that will bring you the peace and lightness you so desire. When you forgive, you free yourself from chains that only harm you. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened or ignoring the pain that was caused. It means letting me take care of justice. It means letting go of the burden that prevents you from moving forward. Every time you forgive, you allow your heart to be filled with something greater, with a love that comes from me and that gives you the strength to move on without bitterness. And I'm here to help you in this process. When you feel it's difficult to forgive, ask for my help. I am by your side to bring you the peace your heart needs. Throughout this journey, I want you to realize that every experience you have, every situation, whether good or difficult, has a greater purpose. I use every moment, every lesson, every obstacle to shape you, to prepare you for something greater. Everything you experience contributes to your growth, so that you become the person I have planned. No experience is in vain. Each one serves to strengthen you, to teach you something valuable, to prepare you for the blessings to come. Sometimes the lessons can be hard, they can seem harsh. But I want you to know that, in each one, I am working on you. I'm shaping your character, I'm strengthening your spirit, I'm giving you the resilience you need to face the challenges ahead. It's like the work of a potter who, when molding clay, has to press it, shape it, until it takes the desired form. That's how I'm working on you, son, so that you become what you were created to be. And in moments of doubt, in moments when you are faced with difficult decisions and don't know which path to choose, look to me for guidance. Prayer is the channel through which you can connect with me, through which I can speak to your heart and guide you. When you put yourself in prayer, you make room for me to show you the way, for me to reveal what is best for your life. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need to do is stand before me sincerely, humbly, willing to listen. I will give you direction, put peace in your heart and let you know what decision to make. Prayer is the key to a life guided by my love, by my wisdom. It is the means by which I can act in your life, by which I can remove fear and bring security. No matter how confusing or difficult the situation may seem, when you put yourself in prayer, I am there, ready to listen to you, ready to give you the understanding you need. Trust in this power, trust in the value of prayer. And while you take care of your spirit and your mind, don't forget to take care of your body too. Your body is the temple I gave you to live in this world. It is the dwelling place of your spirit and it must be treated with respect, with affection, with care. Don't neglect your health, don't treat your body as something unimportant. It is sacred, and by taking good care of it, you honor the gift I have given you. Taking care of your body means feeding it what is healthy, it means respecting its limits, it means not allowing it to be subjected to excesses that weaken it. The health of your body is linked to the health of your spirit, and both need to be in harmony for you to live fully. Remember that your body is a divine creation, and by respecting it, by treating it with love, you align yourself with my will. There are profound truths that I want you to absorb and live by. Every step you take, every moment of struggle or joy, everything is surrounded by my presence. I want you to know that your life is a reflection of my love, that I never leave you alone, that with every breath you take I am present, caring and guiding. And there is something that opens up this channel of blessings and peace between us even more: gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful key, capable of opening doors to new blessings, capable of illuminating your life and transforming it in ways you may not have experienced before. When you adopt a grateful heart, it's as if you're telling me that you recognize my love in your life, that you see my hands in every detail of your day, that you understand that nothing you have is by chance. And when you do this, when you express this sincere gratitude, you become even more receptive to what I am ready to pour into your life. Gratitude purifies the heart, makes room for more peace, more love, more joy. And I'm not just talking about being grateful for great things, for achievements and moments of happiness. I want you to understand the importance of being grateful even for the little things, the details that you may not always notice. There are an abundance of blessings around you, and by developing a grateful heart, you will begin to notice each one. I know there are times when it's hard to be grateful, times when the weight of life seems to take over and your mind focuses on the difficulties, the shortcomings, the challenges. But son, it's exactly at these moments that gratitude has even more power. When you choose to be grateful, even in the face of difficulties, you send a message to the universe that you trust me, that you know I am in control and that, when the time is right, I will turn your struggles into victories. This faith in my constant presence does not go unnoticed, son. Every act of gratitude, every word of praise that comes from your heart in the midst of challenges, is noticed and treasured by me, and I see your dedication, I see your trust. There is a promise that I want you to carry with you always, a promise that was recorded in the words of Jeremiah: I have plans of peace and hope for you. Not suffering, not loss, not failure, but peace and hope. This is my heart's desire for your life. Maybe today you can't see the whole path, maybe the steps are still in mist, but trust that every step I take with you is leading you exactly to the center of these plans. When I place dreams and desires in your heart, it is because they are part of this vision of peace and hope. My intention for your life is true happiness, genuine joy, and I am always working to lead you to that destination. Your faith and dedication are precious to me, they are like a flame that must never go out. With every prayer, every moment you give yourself to me, you are strengthening this bond, this link that nothing can break. You are important, your life is important, and I want you to understand that everything you do in devotion to me is treasured. Nothing goes unnoticed, every act of kindness, every word of consolation you offer someone, every gesture of love is seen and rewarded. I see everything, son, and every effort you make on my behalf is a seed that will bear fruit when the time comes. The faith and dedication you show are ways for me to act even more in your life, bringing the blessings I have prepared for you. Don't let tiredness or doubt stop you from doing good, from reaching out to those around you. When you help others, when you practice love and kindness, you are spreading the seeds of my love, you are showing the world what it means to live according to my purpose. Every act of kindness you do comes back to you multiplied. Kindness is like a chain that generates new blessings, that multiplies love, that attracts even more light into your life. Helping others is actually a way of helping yourself, because by doing so, you create a cycle of blessings that brings harmony and abundance to everyone around you. I want you to know that my love for you is unconditional and eternal. No matter the choices you've made, the mistakes you've made or the moments of weakness you've had, I am always here, ready to welcome you, to guide you, to restore you. Nothing you do can diminish the love I have for you, because it is a promise that will never be broken. I loved you from the beginning, before you even existed, and I will continue to love you forever. This love is a source that never runs out, it is a shelter for all your storms, it is the certainty that, even in the most difficult times, you will never be alone. This love I have for you doesn't depend on circumstances, it's not conditioned by what you do or don't do. It simply exists, like a constant, immutable, ever-present force. And I want you to know that every time you turn to me, every time you seek my presence, I am here, waiting with open arms, ready to welcome you, to renew your strength, to give you a new chance. My love is a firm rock, a point of support that never shakes, a presence that surrounds you and sustains you at all times. Everything that is good and beautiful in your life will always be under my care. However, I need you to be attentive, vigilant, guard your heart and wisely observe those around you. There are times when the enemy acts subtly, using people close to you, everyday situations, influences that seem harmless, to try to divert you from the path I have planned. I want you to be alert, to notice these influences that may be acting in disguise, interfering with your peace, your balance. Sometimes this can come from someone who is close to you, someone who seems to be on your side, but who actually carries intentions that are not aligned with the good I want for your life. This kind of threat is subtle, often unnoticed, but it can be a source of major problems, bringing discord and mistrust into your life. This warning is not for you to live in fear, but to live wisely. I want you to develop the discernment necessary to identify who is really on your side and who may be trying to pull you away from the peace, harmony, and blessings I have in store for you. Pay attention to the attitudes, gestures, and words of those around you. The enemy is cunning and will often use any opportunity to put distrust, envy, jealousy, and misunderstandings between you and those you love. But with my protection and your vigilance, these attempts can be neutralized. There are times when keeping certain people in your life can end up being a burden, an obstacle to my well-being fully fulfilled. I want you to understand that not everyone who crosses your path has been sent to stay. Some are just passing through, while others need to be removed when they become a source of negativity. I know it's hard, it may seem unfair, but there are relationships that, instead of bringing peace, bring conflict, instead of blessing, they drain your energy and weaken your faith. Allow yourself to assess the impact these relationships have on your life and, with courage, take the necessary action. When I talk about removing negative influences, I'm not asking you to judge or condemn people. Everyone has their own weaknesses and challenges. However, I need you to understand that some presences in your life may be there to test you, to try to divert your attention from what is important, from what I want you to achieve. These negative influences can manifest themselves in various ways, through discouraging words, attitudes that encourage behaviors that take you away from peace, or even gestures that gradually contaminate your life and diminish your faith. The enemy takes advantage of human weaknesses, using loopholes in emotions, in difficult situations and sometimes even in the people you love, to cause discord. This enemy knows that often the closest relationships have the greatest potential to hurt deeply. That's why he seeks to use those closest to you to try to plant seeds of mistrust and confusion. But fear not, even in the midst of these situations, I am with you. I will give you the strength to discern, to act wisely and to protect your heart from anything that could destabilize your peace. I want you to remember that I am always at work in your life, even at times when you can't see or understand what I am doing. My hand is guiding your steps, pushing aside that which does not serve your purpose and protecting you from every threat, visible or invisible. However, I also need your cooperation. When you realize that a person or a situation brings you more pain than joy, more conflict than peace, I want you to have the courage to step back, to set limits. Your life needs to be free of negative influences so that you can fulfill the purpose I have planned. And when you're in doubt, when you feel you're not sure what to do, talk to me, seek my guidance. Prayer is the means by which I can illuminate your path, show you what needs to be done, strengthen your heart. No matter how confusing the situation seems, I always have an answer, a way out, a solution that you may not have thought of yet. So come to me, seek my presence, and I will give you the clarity to act according to what is best for your life. Don't allow the enemy to put down roots of mistrust or division in your life. Don't let him use people or situations to distance you from those who really care about you, those who truly love you and wish you well. Stand firm in my word, in my peace, and realize that I am by your side to give you strength, to help you discern, to understand who are the people who bring light into your life and who are those who may need to be kept at a distance. Remember, protecting yourself from negative influences is not an act of selfishness, but of self-love and respect for the purpose I have for you. Guarding your heart is part of your journey of faith. It is an act that shows you value what I am building in your life. This care with the influences you allow into your life is also a reflection of your trust in me and in my power to lead all things for the good. May this message be kept in your heart, son, and may it bring light to the moments when you feel surrounded by situations or people who, in some way, try to divert you from the peace, love, and purpose I have for you. There are forces in the world that disguise themselves as comfort, as momentary relief, as a distraction from the fatigue and challenges you face. These are traps that the world lays before you, with empty promises of pleasure and peace that aren't actually true. These addictions, these dependencies that the world offers, do not lead you to real happiness, but to suffering that sooner or later consumes your spirit and limits your ability to live the fullness that I have prepared for you. The enemy knows how human weaknesses can become doors to pain. He uses these weaknesses as loopholes to invade your heart, to plant sadness, guilt and, above all, to take you away from me and the purpose I have for your life. I want you to understand that my will for you is that you live with freedom and true joy, that which comes from the peace that only I can give. And this means that you need to recognize the addictions that are trying to trap you, understand where they are rooted and find the strength to move away from them, with the help of my love and guidance. When I talk about addictions, I'm not just referring to specific substances or practices, but to everything that is gradually taking over your heart and occupying the place that faith, hope and the love I have for you should have. These addictions can appear as an excessive need for approval, an insatiable quest for material things, attachment to behaviors and relationships that harm you, and even the need to control everything and everyone around you. These prisons are subtle. They present themselves as something harmless, but little by little, they take root in your life and distance you from what is truly important. I want you to know that there is no addiction, no matter how deep, that I cannot cure. No matter how far you've come, how trapped you are or how difficult the struggle, I'm by your side, ready to strengthen you, to walk with you and show you that there is a life of freedom and peace beyond these prisons. I see your pain, the weight that these addictions bring to your heart, and I want you to free yourself from them so that you can experience the true joy that only I can give. My peace is complete, it is lasting, and it does not depend on anything the world can offer. Faith, son, is the key that opens doors that seem impossible to open. Faith is the force that leads you beyond human limits, beyond difficulties that seem insurmountable. Faith is not something you need to fully understand, it is something you must feel, something you must allow to flourish in your heart. It is the link that connects you directly to me, that gives you the strength to overcome any obstacle, that sustains you on stormy days and guides you in moments of darkness. With faith, you will be able to move mountains, face challenges and overcome all the difficulties that try to keep you from the life I want for you. There are times, child, when the enemy tries to use time and waiting to weaken your faith, to make you doubt my promises. He whispers doubts in your heart, tries to plant discouragement and impatience, makes you question whether I'm really listening to your prayers. But I want you to know that God's timing is perfect and that everything happens at the right time. I know your every need, I hear your every prayer, and I'm working to ensure that every answer arrives at the right time, according to the purpose I have planned for your life. Trust me, because my vision is greater than yours, and what I have prepared for you goes beyond what you can imagine. Gratitude, son, is a powerful source of transformation. When you give thanks, when you recognize the blessings you have already received, your heart opens up to receive even more. Gratitude is an act of faith, proof that you trust me and my love. No matter how big or small the challenges you are facing, there will always be something to be grateful for, a small light, a hidden blessing, a detail that perhaps goes unnoticed in the midst of difficulties. Give thanks for what you have today, and I will multiply the blessings in your life. Prayer, my child, is your refuge. It's the way you can connect with me, seek guidance, receive strength and peace. Prayer doesn't need complex words or elaborate rituals. It is a sincere dialogue, a moment in which you open your heart and allow me to act in your life. No matter where you are, no matter how you feel, I will always be ready to listen to you, to answer your every plea, to comfort you in difficult times. Prayer transforms, purifies, elevates, and brings serenity that the world can never offer. I created you to be free, to live with lightness, with joy, with purpose. Everything that weighs you down, that binds you, that causes you suffering and sadness, is not part of the life I wanted for you. I know that the world often presents these prisons as something necessary, something you have to accept and carry, but that's not what I planned. I want you to be free, to be light, to have peace in your heart and to live fully, without carrying the burdens that the world tries to place on your shoulders. I know the difficulties you go through. I know every detail of the struggles you've faced and the moments when doubt has tried to settle in your heart. You may sometimes feel helpless, as if the road is too long, the mountain too high and the burden too heavy. But I'm here to tell you that, even in the darkest moments, I'm by your side. I see your struggles, I understand your limitations, and I recognize every effort, every step of faith you take, even when everything around you seems to want to take you away from my love and my promise. Your faith is precious to me. Every prayer, every sigh of hope that you send up to heaven does not go unnoticed. On the contrary, it is welcomed like a treasure. It is proof that, even in the midst of suffering, you trust me. And I honor that trust. No matter how distant the answers may seem, they are on their way, son. Everything that has been promised will be fulfilled, and every word of faith you put into it will return to you as blessings you never imagined. I know that waiting can be difficult, and the enemy often tries to use this waiting to plant doubts, to make you question whether it's really worth continuing, whether prayers are heard. But rest assured, son, I hear every one of them and I'm working on every detail of your life. Persevering in faith, even when the path seems difficult, is an act of courage. It is an act that moves mountains, that transforms realities, that shapes the spirit and prepares it to receive what I have in store. This perseverance is not in vain. Every moment of waiting, every step towards faith, is a movement towards the purpose I have planned for you. You are being shaped, strengthened, and prepared for something greater. So don't give up, don't let the weight of now keep you from the blessings of tomorrow. All around you, there are angels I have placed to protect and guide you. They are attentive to every step you take, ready to act on my command, to ward off evil, to divert danger and to ensure that you reach the destination I have for you. These angels are by your side, even when you don't see them, even when the weight of worries tries to make you believe that you are alone. The protection I give you is greater than any threat the world can throw at you. And whenever you need reinforcement, son, remember that you can call on me, that you can turn to me, because I am always attentive. I send signals, I speak in different ways, and I guide you so that you don't get lost. These signs can come in forms that seem simple, a word, a feeling, a memory, even in small gestures of kindness that appear around you. They are signs that I am looking out for you, that the road is not traveled alone and that, even in the most difficult times, the light is there. Sometimes, child, the human heart may not notice immediately, but it is in these moments of difficulty that the signs become more evident. Pay attention, trust in my presence, and allow these signs to guide your heart back to the peace and security I have for you. That's the beauty of faith, son. It connects us, even when everything seems uncertain. Faith is the bridge that connects you to me. It is the strength that sustains your soul when the world seems to be falling apart. It doesn't demand perfection, it doesn't expect you to have all the answers, but only that you trust, that you stand firm, that you continue to believe in what I have planted in your heart. And I promise that this faith, this perseverance, will not go unanswered. Every act of faith is a seed planted that will bear fruit in due course, fruit of peace, joy, prosperity, and achievements that surpass any human understanding. Often, what you see as a delay, as my silence, is actually the time needed for the best to be prepared. I know the way, I see what you can't see, and I prepare everything so that, at the right moment, the doors open and you enter a new phase of blessings and achievements. Every detail of your life is important to me, and I work on each of these details with love and care. I am the one who never abandons you, who never leaves you without answers, who never ignores the sincere pleas of a heart that looks to me for a solution and peace. Prayer, child, is the link that unites us. When you pray, when you open your heart to me, a special connection is established. This connection is what sustains your faith, what feeds your hope, what gives you the strength to carry on. Prayer is your refuge, it's where you find rest, it's where you realize that, despite the struggles, there is a safe place, a place where you find peace. And whenever you need it, whenever the weight seems too great, turn to prayer, talk to me, and I will listen to you. I understand, son, that there are days when the struggle seems intense, when tiredness tries to take over, when the voice of discouragement tries to get louder. But remember that this struggle is not in vain, and that every effort, every prayer, every thought turned towards me is building something great in your life. You are loved, you are protected, you are guided. And my presence in your life is the certainty that good will always prevail. Have you lately felt a heavy energy around you, a sense that something isn't right? Sometimes, in the silence of difficult times, you may notice some signs that seem out of place, a shadow that passes quickly across your vision, an unexplained electrical fault, a chill on your skin that you can't explain. These little phenomena can be more than coincidences, they can be signs of negative energy trying to invade your space, attempts by the enemy to weaken your confidence and your spirit. Don't be alarmed, son, there's nothing I can't control. These signs have no power over you if you don't let them. They are just reminders that evil is trying to infiltrate, but you have something much stronger and more powerful by your side, my protection, my love, and my presence. When this happens, know that you have the power to ward off any negative influence. Your faith, your prayer, your connection with me can purify the environment around you. You have the power to re-establish peace within your home, within your mind, within your heart. Don't let yourself be carried away by fear, don't allow yourself to give in to the idea that you are being attacked by forces beyond your control. You are protected by me, and where my light is present, shadows have no place. When you notice these signs, just call me, say your prayers, ask for my protection and trust that everything will soon calm down. Sometimes life seems full of surprises, and they're not all good. There are times when you place great expectations on something, perhaps hoping for a change, a miracle, a quick answer to a prayer. And when that doesn't happen, frustration sets in, disappointment takes over. But I'm here to tell you, have realistic expectations. Not everything turns out the way you imagine, but that doesn't mean that something good isn't on the way. Often, what you expect immediately is not what is prepared for you in the future, and the time that passes may be necessary for you to grow, learn, and become stronger. I know waiting is hard. I know you want answers now, you want things to change immediately. But what you don't see, what is beyond your reach, is that I am working in every area of your life, adjusting everything so that, at the right time, what you need will come to you. When you have realistic expectations, you avoid the weight of disappointment and start to value the present more, the daily blessings that you give me the chance to deliver to you. Your every step is being guided, and what you need will not be forgotten. Son, words have more power than you think. What you say, what you think, and even what you hear have the power to shape your reality. When you speak with faith, when you declare blessings over your life and the lives of those you love, you are activating the power of my love. When you speak words of faith, gratitude, and trust, you create an atmosphere of blessings around you. On the other hand, words of cursing, words of despair, words of anger can open doors for evil to enter. So watch your words. Speak with faith, speak with love, speak with hope, because through your mouth the reality you experience is created. I taught you that when you ask for something, you must ask in faith, but you must also believe in the power of your words. When you speak in my name, when you invoke me, when you speak with gratitude and trust, something happens in the spiritual world, and this transformation begins to manifest in the physical world. So, child, may your words always be of life, of hope, of faith. When you say, I trust in God, I know He will help me, you are doing more than affirming something. You are creating the reality of what you believe. And what you believe in faith, I make happen. Humility and honesty are precious virtues, son. They create a life rich in purpose, a life full of meaning, a life that is always connected to my will. When you are humble, you recognize your dependence on me, you recognize that everything you have, everything you are, comes from my grace. And when you are honest, you open your heart to me and to others. There is no room for lies or deceit in a life that seeks to live according to my plan. When you live with humility and honesty, you create an environment around you of truth and peace. People can see the difference, they can see your light, they can see that you are aligned with my purpose, and this brings more peace and more faith into your life. Interactions with the people around you, be they family, friends, or even strangers, should be guided by honesty and humility. There's no need to put on a facade, to be something you're not. I didn't create you to live with masks, to live in hiding. I created you to live the truth that dwells within you, to live with a pure heart, to always seek what is just, what is right. When you choose honesty, you strengthen your faith, because you are in tune with what I am, the God of truth. So, child, remember that your path is guided by eternal principles. Your words, your attitudes, your choices are a reflection of your faith. If you hold firm to your faith, if you remain humble and honest, if you value the present and turn away from negativity, you are aligning yourself with what I have for you. No matter how difficult the path, what matters is that you remain firm, confident and open to the blessings I am pouring into your life. Throughout your life you may come across situations that make you question what is going on. Sometimes you find yourself in a place of uncertainty, wishing things were different, imagining how things could be, but you need to understand that in order to achieve what is really good for your life, you need to have a clear and realistic view of everything that happens around you. Life has its challenges, its surprises, and things don't always turn out the way you plan. That's not a bad thing, it's part of the process that leads to transformation. When you have a clear vision, you understand that frustrations are just temporary moments that are part of growth. Each difficulty you face is not an insurmountable obstacle, but an opportunity to mature and strengthen your faith. Don't despair in the face of difficulties, son. Keep your eyes firmly on me, because I am always by your side. Look at the present with clear eyes, without getting lost in unrealistic dreams that only lead to frustration. Reality has its purpose, even if you often can't see it right away. The truth is that sometimes you may feel that things aren't going to work out the way you'd like, but when you stand firm in your faith, even in the most difficult times, you become an example to others. Your attitudes, your choices, your patience, your trust in me, even when everything seems to be falling apart, serve as a testimony to those around you. You are not alone in what you face. When you remain faithful, you also become a beacon for those who may be feeling lost, without hope. Your faith has the power to enlighten others, to give strength to those who also need to walk, and this brings great blessings into your life. The way you live reflects the strength of your belief, and this creates an environment where peace and trust prevail. Now, I know you've already realized that life isn't about instant achievements or quick fixes. There is a process that needs to be lived. Every day brings something new, and every challenge you face is part of the path that leads to your transformation. I didn't create you to live superficially. You have a soul that needs to grow, that needs to learn from every experience. Spiritual transformation is an ongoing process, not something that happens overnight. It takes patience and trust. You need to understand that you are being molded, refined, and that with each difficulty you get closer to who I have called you to be. Son, faith and perseverance are the foundations for overcoming any challenge that arises. You may feel, in many moments, that the weight of circumstances is too great, but it is in these moments that your faith is strengthened. I am with you every step of the way. I know your heart, I know what you carry, and you must trust that with each difficulty you are closer to achieving the purpose I have planned for your life. Don't give up. Even if the difficulties seem heavy, remember that my strength is greater. There is nothing you face that is greater than the strength that dwells within you, through my grace. No matter how much you try to speed up the process, divine timing is perfect. I know what's best for you, I know what's in store for your life. Trust, child. The transformation that is taking place in you may not be visible immediately, but with every sincere prayer, with every act of faith, you are moving forward. You are becoming stronger, more prepared for all that is to come. Often, what you face now is preparing you for what is to come, for what you can't even imagine. The process of transformation involves learning to trust, to let go of what no longer serves, to renounce negative influences, old ways of thinking, and to grow in the direction of what is good, what is pure, what is true. I know that the road may seem long, and that there are times when you feel tired, but, son, don't get discouraged. Stay firm, stay in prayer, stay in faith. The difficulties you face now are like precious stones being polished. They may be hard, but you will come out of them stronger, more radiant. And faith, son, is what will keep you going. Many times, you may not understand the difficult moments, the difficulties that arise unexpectedly, but know that each of these moments has a purpose. Even when it seems that nothing is happening, when it seems that nothing is changing, I am acting behind the scenes in your life. My blessings come at the right time, and you must be prepared to receive them with gratitude. Your heart must be willing to receive what I have for you, and this requires patience and trust. Pause for a moment and comment on the word luck below. This word symbolizes the attraction of the good energies I send into your life. And don't forget to check that you're already subscribed to this channel, so that you can receive more messages that will guide your steps. If this message has touched your heart, share it with others who need this strength, and don't forget to leave a like. This helps spread my word even further. I'm going to pray for you now. Father, I thank you for each person who is listening to this message. May your faith be strengthened, may your journey be filled with grace, and may your life be guided by your divine light. May every blessing that is being prepared for each person manifest itself at the right time. May peace reign in everyone's heart, and may your presence be constant at every step. In Jesus' name, Amen.